All right, our next YouTube exclusive segment is, we teased this last week. We're going behind the scenes of DragonflyJonez, the most interesting Twitter account in history. And Tyler, I need you to just tell us, I feel like the moment when you went from being a funny dude on Twitter to a professionally funny dude on Twitter was the 2012 election between Obama and Mitt Romney. And can you just describe to people I mean, it's kind of, now we would call it a meme. At the time, it was just like a funny joke. But you wrote a list of reasons to, like, pros and cons of Barack Obama and Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney, haven't heard that name in years. But yeah, I distinctly remember the 2012 election cycle. And I remember writing that it was after a debate that those two had. And I was like, this was in the before times when there was still little jokey jokes to be made in politics where, you could find a little humor in a presidential, race before this shit became the battlefield for the soul of our fucking nation. And so, I just was like, bro, like, I just wrote a list. Like, first of all, I just could never wrap my head around a motherfucker named Mitt was running for president. We had the possibility of having a motherfucker named Mitt being the president of the United States. So that's what I led off with, right? Like, I wrote, like, the first reason this motherfucker's name is Mitt. All right. I did a pros and cons list of why I was voting for Obama versus why I was not voting for Mitt Romney. That was the first reason. I remember
you made him win the election.
I remember a few other reasons off the top of my head. I was like, he a Mormon, but ain't got no host. Like, what type of Mormon are you? You know what I'm saying? And I remember he had a dancing horse. I was like, bro, if you got dancing horse money, there is no way you are going to represent the common man as president. They're like, what are we even doing here? You would never in my motherfucking life would I vote for a motherfucker with a dancing horse. And I made that little pros and cons list, and it blew up. Like, this was 2012. I didn't have that many followers. I maybe like 10,000 or so, which is a lot, but I got 250,000 now.
Yeah. But also like John's made this point, things didn't really blow. Like, at that time, if you got 70 retweets on something, that was like kind of
insane,
doing something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And that really did blow up. That was like, I feel like a lot of people, I think I was already following you, but I feel like that
outlets
blew
picked it up.
Yes.
News outlets, right? Like, I feel like I don't know.
News outlets picked it up, but then Snoop Dogg posted it on his Instagram. Yeah. And that's when it really took off because people were accrediting it to Snoop. Like, look at this the horrific list that Snoop Dogg has written about the presidential election, right? And
what's wrong with a dancing horse?
Right?
I like the name Mitt. I have a dancing horse.
Right? Yeah, and so yeah, and so once it got out of the circle where we were having fun with it and got picked up by news media outlets, shit got a little whack. Like, I was getting harassed, but I don't give a fuck about Twitter harassment. Like, kiss my ass. Motherfuckers were hitting me up like, yeah, you're the reason I vote to cancel out your vote. I'm like, okay, what if my vote cancels your vote out, fuck nigga? Like how do we know exactly how the canceling out works here? But yeah,
also, if you think, I mean, because of how fucked up the electoral college is, if you think your Republican vote in Utah is canceling out a Democratic vote in Virginia, I got bad fucking news for you,
exactly
cowboy.
Exactly that, bucko. But yeah, and like I said, once Snoop picked it up, that's when it really took off. Snoop hit me up because everyone kind of hopped on him like, hey, DragonflyJonez, and that I didn't give a fuck about getting credit for it. You know what I'm saying? Snoop reposted it. That was cool enough for me. My favorite fucking rapper posted some shit that I did. Like, right? That was good enough for me. But, Snoop followed me on Twitter after that, which was like, cool as hell too. But yeah, it was fun. I remember seeing that shit make it to Fox News. I was in my living room looking at my fucking handwriting on my TV and seeing angry white people discussing me. I was like, oh shit. I was like,
bubbly
wow.
handwriting too.
Yeah. My handwriting is
beautiful handwriting.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm an artiste. I draw and shit, so I got good handwriting.
Wait, did you kind of know that like things like that was gonna change shit, or was it at that time like this is a weird thing that's happening right now that won't ever happen again?
Yeah, I mean, I did it just to get a laugh with my Twitter circle, right? I didn't think it was gonna be that fucking big of a deal. But yeah, it was, I didn't say, yeah, this is gonna get retweeted by Snoop and picked up by Fox News. Let's get it. It was like, nah, I was trying to make the homie, Nichols a cop laugh, back in 2012. You feel me?
Back in the day.
Yeah.
But when it happened, when you're looking at your shit up on Fox News, because obviously, like, I mean, it's funny that you said it, but it's like stuff being aggregated, news sites writing stuff about funny tweets people posted. Like, that's kind of the direction everything has gone, not just your Twitter account. Did you have a sense looking at Fox News of like, this is the kind of thing that's going to happen a lot? Or did you think at that moment, this is a weird thing that's just happening this one time?
Yeah, I never was like, oh yeah, this is where the story of viral sensation DragonflyJonez starts. Like, no, I absolutely was not, in that frame of mind. I thought I just did some shit that, just took off. So
yeah,
I know that your shit is always on ESPN now. Was it on ESPN prior to that? You know what I mean? Like, there was a point.
Yeah, I feel like ESPN, the actual outlet, didn't really, respond to a lot of my stuff or post a lot of some of my stuff, but a lot of like ESPN talent at the time I was cool with on Twitter, right? I feel like Bomani Jones
bring
was the
your name up, but also like when Michael Smith was there,
Smith,
you know what I'm saying?
Jamel
He
and all
was
that,
talking about it all the time. Jamel,
yeah.
Like, people would bring it up a lot on air. Was this before or after? Because I'm wondering if this was the first time a tweet made it to like television, Twitter is the thing now. Because I mean, I don't think Twitter is as popular as it once was, as far as like people using Twitter to back or to argue against what's going on television. But at one point it was, and I wonder if this was like the beginning of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was for sure for me. Like, that was the first tweet I had that really, really took off like that, for sure.
Awesome. All right. That was behind the scenes with DragonflyJonez.
Oh, yeah.
Here at youtube.com/@JenkinsJonez. We'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. The Cowboys are 7-point favorites against the Packers this weekend, and I'm excited to see how they manage to mess it up.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Jenkins. The crown is yours.